Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to talk about the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and this is when the iPhone 13 series is out in stores and you can go and buy it. Now, why am I talking about the 12 Pro Max right now? Because it is still available. It's almost 25% lesser in price compared to the 13 Pro Max, and it is a really capable phone right now. So first, let's look at the design and see what are the changes. So at the outset, it completely looks the same. There is not much change between both the phones, except that the cameras are a little larger on the 13 Pro Max, and we will look at the specifications in the latter part of the video. Apart from that, it is a smaller notch. So you do get a smaller notch with a little more screen real estate. Now, while we go into the rest of the video, do subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and don't forget to like the video. So basically, in the design department, we have the cameras as well as the notch, which is the only change. Let's talk about the display now. Now the display size remains the same. So you get a 6.1 inch with the Pro and a 6.7 inch with the Pro Max. But this year, Apple has come out with a 120 Hz refresh rate. So the same display, but 120 Hz refresh rate, which gets a little more brighter at 1000 nits of brightness. The iPhone 12 Pro Max is a 60 Hz, including the 12 as well. But the brightness is at 800 nits. You get a dynamic refresh rate, so it goes from 10 Hz to 120 Hz depending upon what you have on the screen, and Apple is saying that they manage this very quickly and efficiently, so you don't feel the difference. Though the news is out that on some apps you don't get 120 Hz refresh rate, and Apple is going to take time to roll this out. So can you skip this right now? I think it's possible. 120 Hz should not matter to general people. Unless you've absolutely experienced it, you would not know that it is a higher refresh rate or a lower refresh rate. Also, that Apple's animations have always been really smooth, that is iOS, and 120 Hz will only make it smoother, but 60 Hz isn't that bad right now. Now let's quickly look at the speakers and let's hear them, because there is not much Apple has spoken about on the speaker side. So let's hear the dual speakers now. 3 versus the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and these both are very different form factors, so it'll be fun to see how the comparison comes out. Before we get into the actual video, do subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and don't forget to like the video. First, talking about the design. The design is very different with respect to both these phones. So those are the speakers, and what Apple has done this year is that they shrunk the notch, as we spoke about it in the design part. The earpiece speaker has moved a little bit up on the edge, but you still do have dual firing speakers, that is a front firing as well as a bottom firing speaker, so that is good. The phone is pretty loud, and I have done a dozen of comparisons with between the iPhone 12 Pro Max and other phones. You can check them out on my channel. And now let's talk about the software. iOS 15 is out and you can download it on all the devices. It's basically a really clean iOS 14 with very subtle changes, like what you saw some time back. I had a picture-in-picture out, so that was there in iOS 14. Apart from that, we also have something known as focus modes, which has been introduced with iOS 15. You get better control over your phone with respect to do not disturb, etc., which was there earlier. Now, the phone is really fast with apps. As you can see, I'm opening a couple of apps and it's pretty good. No lag whatsoever, even on the A14 Bionic. So even though there is an A15 Bionic which has come out now, that doesn't make the A14 Bionic slower. It still remains as powerful as what it was last year, so which is a good thing now. And while we look at a number of things which are new with respect to iOS 15 on the new phones, the same features do come to older iPhones as well, except new hardware, of course. So you do not have cinematic mode on the cameras. like what you have on the iPhone 13 series. You do not have macro mode because that is again a hardware feature. But apart from that, you do have 5G, you do have a really powerful phone. Everything else remains the same. Yeah, of course, you do not have 120 Hz refresh rate as well. But I think that these are the only three major changes which are there. We will have to still test out the cameras and see still photo differences between both these phones. But apart from that, everything else is what you get on this phone. So, and while we saw the apps opening and closing and that was seamless, focus modes are something which is to do with iOS 15. So all older generation phones are also going to get it. I personally like this a lot, including the mic, which on calls you can actually have voice isolation, wide spectrum, as well as standard mode, which you never had before. It is basically advanced noise cancellation on the other hand, on the receiver's hand, so which is really good. Now let's talk about the cameras, because here I would want to spend a little bit of time. So you do get a triple camera setup with the new the new iPhone 13 Pro Max as well, which are 12 megapixel. You get a wide, ultra wide, and a telephoto, so that remains the same. The telephoto can zoom a little bit more, so you get a 3x zoom compared to the 2.5x on the 12 Pro Max. Total zoom is 15x, on the 12 Pro Max is 12x. So that's the difference there. Apart from that, everything is exactly the same. You have cinematic mode, which is for video on the 13 Pro Max. You opt for a 128 GB version. You can do ProRes video at only 1080p, which is basically the video version of Apple RAW. So if you are into making videos a lot and you're going to do this on the iPhone, then you might want to opt for the iPhone 13 series. Apart from that, all the other features remain exactly the same. The iPhone 13 Pro Max also comes with Smart HDR4, while on the 12 Pro Max it is Smart HDR3. You get modes which are basically like filters which you can have on all the time, which are called photographic styles. So these are basically filters which make the lens be vibrant or cool or warm, and it will be like that until you change it, so it remembers the style. So if you're into all of that, then for these three features, that is cinematic mode, Apple ProRes, photographic styles, and maybe bigger cameras, so you get bigger aperture sizes. Apart from that, there is no real change between the specifications and the features between both these phones, though we will have to see the camera samples to decide more on that. So these are the cameras, and I have some camera samples to show you. So this is the wide lens at 12 megapixel, 12 Pro Max, and it is pretty good. If you see the entire picture, it is pretty good, no problems there. This is the telephoto 3x. As I said earlier, it can go to a maximum of 12x, and this is the ultra wide, all 12 megapixel. So you can make your choice and pause the video if you want to see the pictures. Next I want to talk about is the battery life, and this is where we will see good differences, because Apple, though not given out what is the battery size, it says that it runs for 28 hours of video time, while the iPhone 12 Pro Max runs for 20 hours. So there is an 8-hour leap in video performance or video viewing when you are with the 13 Pro Max. So those are the major differences, and I feel that that's a significant jump in battery life. Though there is one thing here, that the iPhone 12 Pro Max charges 50% in 30 minutes. The 13 Pro Max takes 5 more minutes, so 35 minutes to charge from 0 to 50%. So that's the difference. Both support MagSafe charging and wireless charging, etc. All of it, no differences there. With that, we are at the end of the video. The iPhone 13 Pro Max comes in 4 colors, and the newer color is Sierra Blue, as they call it. The one which I have in this video right now, the 12 Pro Max, is a Pacific Blue, so a lighter blue over there. Rest the silver, the gold, and the graphite remain the same. So that's it from my side. I think this phone is really good. You can skip the iPhone 13 series if you're not in for the higher refresh rate, so 120 Hz refresh rate, and the changes in the cameras. Apart from that, I think there is no significant change on paper with respect to both these phones. Yes, you do have a faster processor there, which is more capable with respect to graphics and other things, and that does not make the A14 Bionic any slower or the 12 Pro Max any slower that way. So with that, let me know down in the comment section if you have any queries which I can address. As usual, thanks for watching.